So a common question I get is how I'm able to code for 4 hours a day and still be productive. So that is exactly what we'll cover in this video. My name is Nazar. I'm a self-taught coder. I went from not being able to code to a pro developer that's starting his own business in 8 months. So if you want to do the same and become a developer in 8 months, please like and follow. I don't make any BS content. I don't even sell courses. I'm just trying to share my experiences in both starting companies and programming. So if that's something you're interested in, I think my channel would be awesome for you. So I used to code for 20 to 30 minutes per day, 3 times a week. So it wasn't much. And in the 5 months of doing that, I literally made zero progress. And at the time, I was learning Python because I thought Python was cool. And I'm telling you, I made no progress. I gave up twice, and I felt like coding wasn't for me. And if you've never made progress in anything, or maybe you haven't made progress much in programming, you know how that pain feels, right? Like you're working hard, but you're not making any progress. But eventually, I watched a couple of videos like the video I'm doing, and it got my mind straight on that I'm not coding enough. At the time, again, I was coding for like 20 to 30 minutes, and that's clearly not enough if you want to be any type of good coder. So I slowly just started making coding a habit of mine and started to code every day. Now, it wasn't any 4 hours. That was way later. But I just started coding every day, 30 minutes here, an hour there. But on average, I was coding around 1 to 2 hours per day. And exactly at that time, that first month of doing that, I was finally able to start making the products that I want and eventually lead to making my first startup. You see, what I realized is that the more you put in, the more you'll get out. So that is why I'm a huge preacher of coding every day. You'll get more out. And I get it. There's a lot of people that are against that. People say it's better to code longer hours, but not every day. I am on the side of 4 hours every day. That's just what's worked for me. It may be different for you. There are 3 main aspects that you probably want to follow if you want to code for 3 hours per day. That being focused work, building upon the last day, and making it into a habit. So what I often see coders do is they code long hours, but they're not focusing. They're on their phones. They're checking notifications. If you have notifications on your phone, why? Focus is the greatest gift that we have, especially as coders. We have such a great gift of making things for people, and you're allowing your distractions to get the best of you. Once you're able to remove distractions and be able to fully focus and be present with the code that you're interacting with, the people that code for 4 hours, which is a lot of good developers, it's not like we're special. It's not like it's hard to code for 4 hours. We code for 4 hours because we find it easier, and we make it easier by being focused and present during our work. Do you think Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak would have been able to build Apple if they kept getting notifications and being distracted rather than focusing on their main product? Of course not. They had to be focused while working on it. That's what you have to do as well. Now, the next principle is to build upon the last day. On top of the focused work, if you're able to bridge like every day after one another, the work just becomes really seamless. So an example of this, right, would be if you're working on a feature for a project you're working on, rather than trying to finish everything in one day, leave it till the next day, like build upon the next. So a feature, let's say you're building a button feature. Maybe one day you spent a couple hours on the UI, and then the next day on that same button, you work on the functionalities, and then you work on another button, and then you build another feature. Like it's a full connected dot, and you're building upon the next day. Now that doesn't only go for special features. It could also be challenging yourself, you know. One day you're working on HTML, and then maybe the next day you introduce CSS. So you're building this portfolio of yours, not only in terms of for other people to see, but your own portfolio of your skills. And by building upon the last, coding every day just becomes easier because you're building so much momentum, and you're making it easier because you have this body of work that you're working towards. Now, the last and final principle to code for 4 hours a day is making it into a habit. So this encapsulates both the focused work and the building upon the last. By making it into a habit, coding every day for 4 hours is very easy. By this, I mean code at the same time every day. There's people that want to code like at 1 a.m., then the next day at 2 p.m. have a stable time of when you want to code. I don't know, it's total bro science, but I swear to God, this works. If you have that specific time of when coding is like the best for you, for me, I code the best from 6 a.m. to 11. That's just 10. That's just what works best for me. For you, that may be like 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Find where that time is and just stick to that. There's nothing better than building a habit because you don't think about it. You just show up, you do the work, and you leave. When you have that rigid time frame and the habit just builds up and makes coding so much easier and the time just flies by. So in summary, to code 4 hours per day, it's not like anything special. These people just make it easier to do so. And if you're able to code for 4 hours per day, you're going to see infinite more progress than someone that's coding 20 to 30 minutes 3 times a week. That was me. I've experienced both, and I'm telling you the former is much better. And with that being said, thank you so much for watching the video. If you have any video recommendations or want coaching, please let me know. I do free coaching. And yeah, thanks a lot for watching the video. My name is Nizar, and I'll see you in the next video.